Good evening from the home owl track, Northwest Calgary, Alberta. Well, I did what I intended to do with my GT reel steel pegs, and I did mount them on my banger. My banger being my Brian Kachinsky team signature, and the 2021 had the black metal flake, and I believe the 2023 had a red, and those were my favorite paint schemes for this guy's bike. The reason I went with a BK is because Brian Kachinsky is 5'8" and I am 5'9", and I just put slightly taller bars on that, the Pro Performer bars. But there's two things I was hoping to achieve when I put these pegs on there. A while ago, I looked at the construction of the pegs, and I noticed they've got on the mounting surface of the side of the peg that contacts the frame and fork dropouts, there's 5 threaded holes that have, I don't know what you want to call them, a centering stud. Because I don't run a chain tensioner on this particular bike because I don't want anything impeding the beautiful smooth. Like it's what I want. I don't want anything on my foot there. But it keeps creeping forward on my drive side because I don't run a chain tensioner. And what I was hoping is that I could roll the centering stud forward into the dropout, and luckily those centering studs fit the bottom of the fork and the frame dropouts perfectly. So I didn't even have to adjust the tension on anything. I was able to roll it forward by hand, put it in there, and then tighten it down the deep socket. And hopefully, because it only creeps forward on the drive side, and that centering stud is on the forward side contacting the frame, that should prevent it from rolling at all. Because it can't go forward anymore. It's centered down on the frame. Two things happened. One, it made it easier to center the wheel with one socket, doing the deep socket thing, because I'm an idiot. We won't get into that. But rolling the crank around now, it has not completely eliminated, but greatly minimized the tight spot in the chain. By the way, that is an E-Claw diesel chain. I wanted a conventional style chain, and these I thought were really beautiful. So I went with that. I ordered it because they didn't have black in the city. Anyways, and that worked out well. So there's 5 positions for that. So you're stuck with 5 positions for the logos. Those will not move or roll. But GT, of course, designed these so the front and the back would be nearly the same. And of course, this is with one of their bikes. And I mentioned that there was 2 reasons I got these pegs, right? Well, the first one was for what I just described. And the second was because my friend Riker, near the end of last season, he gave me these GT Pac-Man pegs from a Pro Freestyle tour, as well as he gave me the sprocket that came off the same bike, but it had a 3-piece crank. And these are in great shape, I think. These are so nice. But anyways, they've got ferrules in them. I guess you call them a ferrule, you know, the piece, that little steel piece that goes around the axle. You keep it on the 3/8 and you take it out for, oh gosh, I guess, I don't know what that is, 5/8, 9/16, something like that. Forgive me, I don't know. But anyways, that little piece of steel. Bushing. I had some throwaways from other pegs because it was missing one of those for this set of pegs, so I couldn't tighten it down and center it. For other peg sets, there were different widths, and I didn't want to have to grind it down. And I was hoping when I bought some GT pegs that the one throwaway that from the back would fit in there, and luckily it was perfect, just like factory. I got very lucky. So if any of you guys out there have those GT real steel pegs or any GT pegs, don't throw that little piece of steel away because they still work on the mid-school pegs perfectly. You don't have to fiddle around. It's a stupid thing, but you know what? I'm happy that I achieved 2 things with buying a set of pegs. Real happy. And of course, the Sun Rhino lights are gonna go on. Now that's an E-Claw Phantom. That's a nice rim, but of course I've gone on about the polished breaking edge that I like because it doesn't scuff up. I also like the billboarding on these and the rivets around the spoke hole, right? But anyways, yeah, took my pad off for a reason. Before I leave you guys now. Oh, by the way, there are 2 packages coming. I believe my handlebars. I saw them today. I don't have a credit card. The mailman doesn't take cash or debit. I gotta go to the mail office tomorrow. I believe my handlebars are here for this tomorrow. And another package, I don't know what it is. I think it's my hubs for the banger. So I'll have that decal on the handlebars. And I'll have my gray ODI grips on there. And I'll have that bike. It'll mostly be done. Except, oh, what do you mean it's not done, Pantera? You said it was done. Nope. Remember the MCS racing saddle with blue? And I went a step further, and I got blue brake cables that are gonna go with my pull party that goes on my V-brakes. Then that will be done. Truly, I will be finished with that. I think so. Anyways, no promises. But anyways, that's my story. And of course, Brian Kachinsky team signature. Some people call it the Globetrotter. That's the only sticker I'm keeping because that just shows what the frame is. 20.75 top tube. Remember, he's 5'8". I'm 5'9.5". I just rock slightly bigger handlebars. 7 minutes of me yapping about not much. Pair of pegs. I'm gonna bring up one thing before I go. The channel Rad BMX Builds. The fella Sean runs that channel. There we go. Let's go in there. Rad, like the movie. BMX. It builds. RBB. Check that guy's channel out. He's the guy that inspired me to build this dyno. And of course that sticker matches the Pro Performer bars perfectly. I got lucky when I bought the bars because the sticker had already been on the bike since last year. But the reason I will mention, not only is he an excellent channel, but the seat post on this bike, it's a long layback pivotal and it's stamped. You can only get that on the Pro Performer, the larger sizes. And Sean built a 26-inch GD Pro Performer, painted yellow, made an Eddie Fiola edition bike. Interviewed Eddie Fiola. Eddie Fiola rode the bike, rated the bike. It's gorgeous, right? But he replaced the seat post with chrome, old school style, with the guts and a railed seat. And I reached out to the guy and asked, hey, are you willing to sell that? That'll actually help me ride my freestyle bike around because I'm old and I got a rebuilt knee. I got to sit down, man. I can't have a 6-inch seat post that only comes up 3 inches. That's going to kill me, but I still ride my bike like an old guy, right? I still rock it high. But anyways, please check out Rad BMX Builds. I mean, I wouldn't have got nearly as many miles on this bike as I do without him. Just the seat post made a huge difference. Again, I ride like an old guy, but from the Home of Hell track right here in Northwest Calgary, Alberta. Right here from the Pantera's BMX basement. Y'all stay riding now, fellas.